to the destined person who is lucky enough to find my letter. 752,648,000 heartbeats. That is the number of times my heart pulsed inside my body before I gave it away. I, who had lived a painful, yet happy, life, had many regrets. And among those regrets was to die. A virgin. Ahem. Don't look at me with those eyes filled with ridicule and contempt. For I am sure that you, yes you, the one reading this right now, is the same. Both of us are virgins. What? You're not a virgin? In that case then keck you. How dare you read this? Don't you know the feelings of us pitiful, good-looking, and drop-dead gorgeous boys like me, who have never even had the chance to date a girl? Do you not know our pain, our suffering, our endless days stuck inside the bathroom doing one-hand calisthenics? You uncultured swine. What happened to the saying, bros before hoes? Shame on you, bro, shame on you. You scum, who don't understand the importance of brotherhood. I hope your PP won't ever raise its head ever again. Let's see if you stay popular then. Where was I? Oh yeah, I died as a virgin. However, before I died, I got my first and last kiss from a beautiful lady, who was known as the #1 beauty in the whole academy. Man, her lips were so soft that I felt like I was in cloud 9. If only the boys in the school could see that moment, I bet that they would have bitten their handkerchiefs in envy. I'm sure that all of her admirers would have joined hands in order to kill me. Joke's on them, because by the time someone has found this letter, I will have long been dead. Ha ha ha. I leave this world with many regrets, but there was one thing I don't regret, and that was giving my heart to her. Even though she had only been my girlfriend for a few hours, those hours were the happiest hours of my life. I pray that she will live her life to the fullest, not only for herself, but also for my sake. To you who is currently reading this letter, I wish you a blessed day. I don't know who you are, where you're from, or what you're going through. However, let me just tell you one thing. Live your life to the fullest, and live without regrets, for there are many like me who won't be able to see tomorrow's sunrise once we close our eyes tonight. I never cared about the world before, but when I saw the last sunset of my life, I realized that I had missed many beautiful opportunities. Don't be like me. Don't waste your life. Treasure every moment as if it was your last. And before I end this letter, allow me to give you my final advice. Always bring tissues with you wherever you go. William, the boy who died so that others may live. In the small chance that you are the one who found this letter, please ignore the first and second half of what you have read. I was just joking. Don't take my words seriously. If fate wills it, then our paths will definitely cross again. I wish that the next time we meet, we will be able to finish our unfinished business. I promise that when that time comes, I will never let you go. Well then, I'm going ahead first. Don't miss me too much. Okay? Also, you're not allowed to follow me right away, because if you do, I will be really sad. Take care of my little brothers and sisters in the orphanage for me. See you later, Belle. A single tear fell, followed by another. Soon, the handwritten letter was drenched in tears. Belle's vision blurred as the tears in her eyes fell like rain. William, I'm sorry. Belle held the letter close to her chest. I'm sorry. As the sun disappeared from the horizon, and the first stars appeared in the sky, only the strong beating of William's heart within her chest accompanied her until she no longer had tears to shed. The boy who died so that others may live. The end. When William woke up, he found himself on a golden cloud soaring through the sky. The realization of his death dawned upon him. He reminisced about his life, particularly Belle, a beautiful girl he was worried about. He gazed at a golden portal ahead, expressing his disbelief in God and his faith in reincarnation. As the cloud entered the portal, he found himself in a vast cosmos, similar to a planetarium. The cloud sped towards a planet resembling Earth. Several other golden clouds appeared, each carrying people of different ages. William noticed the youngest ones, reminding him of his siblings at the orphanage. The clouds carrying the elderly and children separated, heading towards the eastern and southern sides of the planet respectively. William's cloud continued towards the center of the planet. As they descended, a grand temple appeared. An old man with long white hair and a beard greeted them. introducing himself as a helper of the gods. He explained the existence of numerous gods, each born from people's beliefs. The stronger the belief, the stronger the god. The old man revealed that they would have a chance to choose a patron god before their next life. A nerdy boy suggested these gods would grant them cheat abilities, powerful artifacts, and other blessings, to which the old man agreed. The old man welcomed them to the temple of 10,000 gods, explaining that they were there because the gods favored them, perhaps due to their actions in life. With that, he invited them into the temple. William finds himself in a lively bazaar within the temple, with merchants calling out to the visitors. "Come one, come all. Step right up and don't be shy. I never believed in love at first sight, but that was before I saw you. I hope you know CPR, because you just took my breath away. If being sexy was a crime, you'd be guilty as charged. I was wondering if you were an artist, because you were so good at drawing me in." William observes the scene, amused by the merchant's cheesy pick-up lines. William looked around in amazement as the merchants in unique attire competed for attention. Their flattery and banter drew in the crowd, including William's companions. Amidst the chaos, a chubby man named Gavin approaches William. "Good day, young friend. Are you interested in becoming the strongest man in the world?" "Are you talking to me?" "Yes, indeed. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Gavin, the god of all trades. If you're looking for an amazing patron god, that's me." An apple hits Gavin's head, thrown by a beautiful woman wearing a tree hat. End quote.
You liar! How dare you call yourself the most amazing patron god? Boy, come here and choose me as your patron god.
William is unable to resist Lulu's pull, and finds himself being led to her stall.
My name is Lulu, the apple goddess. Have you ever heard of the famous saying about apples?
An apple a day keeps the doctor away?
You're only half right. An apple a day keeps everyone away if you throw it hard enough.
Gavin returns and separates William from Lulu. Oi, play by the rules. You can't force anyone to sign a contract.
Che, I was so close.
Gavin offers to be William's tour guide and protect him from forced contracts. Don't worry, brother. As long as I'm around, no one can force you to sign a contract. Let's continue our tour. They explore the bazaar, and Gavin explains the different types of gods. There are primordial gods, personification gods, and new generation gods. The new generation gods have unique traits and abilities. They approach a long line of people waiting to sign a contract. This is the stall of the new generation goddess Lily. William and Gavin observe as Lily, a little girl, interacts with a teenage boy.
Big brother, I love you. Now please sign your name here.
The boy happily signs the contract as people in line cheer. William froze as he looked at Lily and Gavin. He had a hunch about William is standing in line, waiting his turn to sign a contract with the harem god. Gavin, the god of all trades, is by his side. After exploring the stalls of the Temple of the Gods, William finally arrived at the stall of the harem god. Many men were eager to worship him and become his followers. The harem god notices William's gaze and nods in his direction.
Welcome. You've made the right decision in coming here. Our god is the best.
I know. You are the one I've chosen as my patron god. I still don't get it. Are all of your brains located on your lower half? The people in the queue glare at Gavin in disdain. William averts his gaze. I died a virgin in my past life. It's one of my regrets. I want to make up for it. And that's why I chose the harem god.
I know how you died, William.
Not many people would make such a sacrifice. Perhaps that's why the gods gave you another chance. An hour passes, and it's finally William's turn to sign the contract.
Brother, I'm honored that you chose me as your patron god. I've seen the sacrifices you've made, and I admire your resoluteness.
Thank you, big bro. All right, let's sign the contract.
Okay.
The harem god tries to summon a contract, but nothing happens.
Can you give me a minute? I'll contact customer service and ask what's going on.
The harem god makes a call to customer service.
Hello? This is the harem god. I ran out of contracts. Can you please send me more?
Sorry, sir. You've reached your maximum number of followers. The divine system won't allow any violations of this rule.
I'm sorry, William. I've reached my maximum number of followers. I can't add more even if I wanted to.
Looks like luck is on my side.
Don't worry, brother. Even without the contract, I'll still give you my divinity.
Are you sure? Granting divinity is different from signing a contract.
This is my brother we're talking about. I cannot do him wrong.
What's the difference?
Here, take this chess piece. It's my divinity, the king. Place it inside your soul, and no one can steal it from you.
The king? Is this your divinity, big brother?
Yes, little brother. From now on, feel free to call me Brother Issei.
William places the chess piece over his chest, and it enters his body. I feel stronger, but I still don't understand what abilities I gained.
As long as I'm around, no one will dare to scam you into becoming their follower. I'll follow you until you choose your patron god.
Thank you, Brother Issei. Just as William and the harem god finish their conversation, the lowly goddess, Lily, appears and jumps into the scene.
There you are, big brother. I really like you. Why don't you become my follower? I'll give you many benefits. Just give me a kiss.
I'd rather kiss a frog than kiss you. Another chance has presented. William, Gavin, Issei, and Lily sit in a restaurant, enjoying a delicious meal. William pats his swollen belly in contentment, having thoroughly enjoyed the food. The warmth and kindness shown by Gavin and Issei touch his heart. That was the best. Thank you both for this wonderful meal. You're welcome, brother. We wanted to make sure you had a taste of the best before making your decision. Speaking of which, can you explain the duties of a follower? Of course. As my follower, you will receive my blessing. It grants you a 20% increase in experience gained when leveling up your job class, as well as an extra skill point each time your job class levels up. End quote. That sounds amazing. But will these benefits apply to the world I'm going to live in? Absolutely. Every world has its own laws and ways to gain experience. You'll adapt to the world you're in and gain experience accordingly. I see. That makes sense. And there's one more benefit. Once you've unlocked 10 job classes, you'll be able to merge them all together. It's a powerful ability that allows you to combine the skills and abilities of multiple professions. 1. That's incredible. But what's the catch? The catch is that most people can only have 1 to 3 professions in their lifetime. Achieving 10 or more is usually only possible for long-lived creatures like elves. So, if I'm not an elf, I won't be able to unlock that ability? Exactly, but the other benefits will still be yours. I understand. That's still a great deal. Are you sure about this? There are many other gods you could choose. I trust you, Gavin. I believe in what you've told me. Thank you, William. Your trust means a lot to me. Gavin waves his hand, and a contract appears before William. He hands him the pen. If you're sure, go ahead and sign. William takes a moment to look at the contract, then signs it with determination. As William signs the contract, a strong connection forms between him and Gavin, a feeling of trust and safety enveloping him. I've made my decision. I'm proud to be your follower, Gavin. And I'm proud to have you as my follower, William. Together, we'll embark on a great journey. The other gods in the restaurant, sensing the bond between William and Gavin, offer their congratulations and well wishes.
I still think you made the wrong choice, big brother.
Maybe, but I believe this is the right path for me.
Let her be, William. Everyone has their own path to walk.
The group continues to enjoy their time together, ready to face the challenges and adventures that await them. In a realm beyond the mortal coil, a young man named William finds himself in the company of gods. So, this is what it feels like when you sign a contract with a god.
I'm really jealous, big brother. You should have made me your patron god instead.
Ignoring Lily's childish pouting, William turns his attention to Gavin. Is it over? Is it time for me to reincarnate? Not just yet. I have one more gift for you. Gavin hands William a small object, no bigger than a couple of centimeters. What is this? It's called a CPU core back on Earth. This is my final gift to you. I pray that it serves you well in your next life. William thanks Gavin, but before he can fully appreciate the gift, Lily thrusts a lollipop into his hand.
Big brother, this is a gift from Lily. Please, don't refuse.
Gavin looks annoyed at Lily's intrusion, but before he can say anything, Issei steps in.
She's not breaking any rules. Little brother, you should gratefully accept Lily's gift.
With a sigh, Gavin relents, and the group move on to the cycle of reincarnation, a place where countless portals linked to different worlds hover in the starry sky. As they discuss which portal William should choose, an old man named David appears.
Gavin? Issei? Lily? Are all of you here to wait for my return?
After some banter, David hands William a wooden staff as a parting gift.
Take this with you. It's a memento of our meeting.
With his gifts in hand, William prepares to enter the chosen portal, promising to live his life to the fullest. But as he steps towards the portal, a truck emerges from nowhere and hits him, sending him spiraling into a different portal. As the truck transforms into a robot, the gods can only watch in shock as William disappears into the portal. And so, William's journey to his next life begins in an unexpected way, leaving the gods behind, cursing their luck. A handsome elf anxiously paces outside a room. His name is Theoden, and his daughter is in labor.
What's taking it so long?
Giving birth takes time, Theoden. You're making me nervous.
Inside the room, a beautiful lady lies in labor. She's been in labor for more than 18 hours, and she's exhausted, but her determination to see her child keeps her going.
My lady, I can see the baby's head. Just one more push.
After much hardship, the baby is finally born, but the midwife notices something amiss. The baby isn't crying. She checks his breathing and heartbeat. His breathing is slow and labored.
What's wrong? Did something happen to my baby?
Ignoring her own concerns, the midwife hands the baby to his mother.
Congratulations, my lady. It's a boy. However, the baby is very weak.
Ignoring the midwife, the mother cradles her newborn son close to her chest. She uses her magic to heal him, and finally, the baby starts to cry.
You look like a little caterpillar. From now on, your name will be William. William von Ainsworth. Grow big and strong, just like your father.
Outside the room, Theoden and Aaron hear the baby's cries and breathe a sigh of relief. A red-headed man named Morgan also hears the cries. He's happy, but also sorrowful. The child will never get to see his father in this lifetime. Back in the room, Theoden and Aaron congratulate their daughter. They leave her alone with her newborn son, knowing they'll have to part sooner or later. Deep inside William's consciousness, words start to form. However, his soul is still damaged due to being hit by a truck before he entered the cycle of reincarnation. Because of this, he's unable to see the words that have appeared on his status page. Arwen, a beautiful elven lady, cradles her newborn son, William, in her arms. Her heart aches as she prepares to send him away for his safety.
Please, promise me that you will look after him.
I can't promise that, Arwen, but I will bring him to my hometown. My brother and his wife will keep him safe and happy. Despite her heartache, Arwen hands over her son to Morgan. She casts a protection spell on William, halting time around him until he reaches safety.
I already left him a memento.
Arwen indicates a black ring on a necklace around William's neck. It belonged to his deceased father, Maxwell. Morgan says his goodbyes and leaves on his mount, a 7-meter-tall manticore. Somewhere on the western side of the southern continent, the manticore lands a mile away from a small town called Lot. Morgan dismounts and walks towards a 3-story manor, his brother's estate. Remember, don't hunt indiscriminately. As he approaches the manor, the door opens and a man in his late 20s greets him. You sure took your time, big brother. It's been a while, Mordred. A beautiful woman with dark brown hair, Anna, appears behind Mordred. She warmly invites Morgan inside and takes William from his arms.
What is his name?
William.
Very well, his nickname will be Will.
Anna leaves the men and goes inside the house, cooing over William. She persuades a goat to provide milk for the baby, and unbeknownst to the sleeping William, his status page is updated as the goat's milk enters his system. A month has passed since William arrived in Lot. He spent his days sleeping, drinking milk, and talking to his mama Ella, an Angorian goat. But he's also been quietly planning his future. One night, William is woken by a warm feeling on his chest. His small hands pick up the source of the warmth, a black ring on a necklace. Suddenly, he's blinded by a flash of light and finds himself in an unfamiliar place. As he scans his surroundings, he sees 3 creatures slowly approaching him. They have dark green skin and are uttering guttural sounds. Goblins. Frozen in fear, William can only watch as the goblins rush towards him, clubs in hand. Whoa! Whoa! Suddenly, an Angorian goat charges at the goblins in fury. It's Ella, William's mama goat. She manages to take down one, but the other two counter, attack, and rain down blows on her. William watches helplessly as Ella is beaten. He cries out to her, but she can only call back weakly, urging him to run. The goblins leave Ella and approach William again. He watches as the club descends towards him, and a cry of pain echoes through the space as the weapon hits its target. William is seen hugging Mama Ella's neck, both covered in blood. They appear exhausted, but relieved. After a fierce battle with the goblins, William and Mama Ella managed to emerge victorious. Their bond and determination kept them strong in the face of danger. Mama! Mama! Mama Ella bleats weakly, her injuries evident. She licks William's cheeks before lowering her head to the ground, on the verge of succumbing to her wounds. Don't leave me, Mama! Please! Mama Ella's eyes close, and William continues to cry, holding onto her bloody head. As William weeps for his Mama Ella, a wooden staff floats nearby, unnoticed by the distraught baby. Go away. Leave us alone. Yes. I choose yes. Congratulations. William acquires the Shepherd job class, unlocking new skills and abilities. First aid. This is what we need. William quickly uses the first aid skill to heal Mama Ella's wounds. Her injuries miraculously disappear, and she stands up, licking William's face. Mama? The moment of peace is interrupted by the two goblins, who have regained consciousness. We won't back down. We have the skills to fight. William checks his status, realizing the skills he can use to turn the tide. Bestu. With newfound power, Mama Ella charges at the goblins, swiftly defeating them. We did it, Mama. William's journey as a shepherd has just begun, and together with Mama Ella, they will face more challenges and grow even stronger. Their adventure continues, but for now, they find solace in the safety of their home. A cozy room, baby William and goat Ella are sleeping. Anna enters the room and sees William and Ella, starting to wake up William. After their near-death adventure, the baby and the goat immediately fell asleep. William only woke up when Anna bathed him while he was asleep. Anna walks up to William's bed and gently pinches his cheeks.
What's wrong, little baby? Did I interrupt your sleep?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, what a cute little boy you are. Don't worry, you can go back to sleep after I bathe you.
Ella woke up due to William's giggling. However, seeing that Anna was taking care of him, the goat closed her eyes to sleep. Although William had healed her injuries, she was still exhausted after that skirmish with the goblins. After William finished bathing, Anna wraps him in a clean cloth and places him beside Ella so he can drink her milk. William immediately starts drinking. After William finished bathing, Anna wrapped him in a clean cloth. She then placed him beside Ella. Steel armament, rush attack, and horn assault. He knew that his Mama Ella's horn and hooves were her main weapons, so he quickly decided on steel armament. Strengthening them would undoubtedly improve her fighting prowess. Let's put the other point on rush attack for now. I'll get horn assault later, after Mama Ella increases her level. With this, I am confident that we will be able to handle a one-on-one battle with a goblin. William had witnessed how Ella handled the 3 injured goblins after he cast the besto skill on her. Although he wasn't entirely certain, he had faith that Ella wouldn't lose to a goblin in a one-on-one fight. But should I go back inside the dungeon? I'm still just a 1-year-old baby with the mental age of an 18-year-old boy. Despite making all the necessary preparations, William remained unsure about returning to the dungeon. He knew he could wait until he was a bit older to ensure their safety. However, the temptation of becoming stronger at such a young age was hard to resist. I guess I'll discuss this with Mama Ella first. If she thinks it's too dangerous, then I'll wait until I grow a few years older before we challenge the dungeon again. Just as William contemplated his decision, Ella woke up from her sleep and licked his face. Yeah, good morning, Mama. Mama, there's something important that I would like to talk about. It's about this. While William and Ella had their heart talk, Mordred had already left the house to attend to estate matters. Anna was busy cooking lunch, and the maids were occupied with their chores. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed outside the house.
Master, you are finally back.
A man with gray hair and above average looks, who could easily be mistaken for a sugar daddy, swaggered into the house with a big smile on his face.
I heard that my grandson is here. Where is he? Little William is currently inside Lady Anna's and Sir Mordred's bedroom.
The man waved his hand and headed straight to the second floor, where the resting quarters were located. Aya? What do you think, Mama? While William awaited Ella's reply, an unknown man burst into the bedroom. Ha! There you are, you little critter. The man laughed as he grabbed William off the carpet and raised him high in the air. You are definitely my grandson. That red hair and those green eyes of yours remind me of your father and mother. Smacking the man's face. Ha ha! You are indeed a true Ainsworth. So small and yet so brave. Listen to me, little brat. I am your grandpa. Grandpa. Say grandpa. Yeah, no, take this. William splashed water on the man's face, causing both of them to burst into laughter. Anna returned to the bedroom and witnessed the amusing scene before her. Her father-in-law, James, was laughing with the giggling baby in his hands.
Father, you finally returned.
Anna, I'm back. This brat sure is feisty.
William is normally a well-behaved child. This is the first time I'm seeing his mischievous side.
Well, boys tend to be mischievous. Also, Ella, stop poking me with your horns. Hey, I said stop.
Ella was upset about how James was treating her baby, stomping her foot on the floor while poking him with her horns.
Ella has been taking care of William ever since he arrived. I think she treats him as her own child. Father, please return William to Ella, or else she might really have a go at you.
Oh, you. I just left for a year, and you've already forgotten how I raised you. What an ungrateful goat you are. Fine, I'll take a bath first. You look after this brat for me.
James handed William to Anna and left the room while humming a tune, clearly in a good mood.
Bad baby. That is your grandpa. Don't pee on him, okay?
Yeah, I'll think about it. Although this was the first time William had met his grandpa, James, he found the old man to his liking. James didn't look old. In fact, he appeared to be a middle-aged man still in his prime. William looked forward to getting to know his family in this life, and prayed that they would all get along.
So, what do you think, William? The first thing I did after seeing you was to write a letter to my old pal and ask him to make his granddaughter your fiancée.
Aya? Fiancé?
She's a year older than you. Although I haven't seen her, the old bastard always bragged about his cute granddaughter. Since that is the case, making her your fiancée is definitely a good thing. She's also the daughter of a duke. It's a good opportunity for our family to climb the ranks of nobility.
I didn't know my grandpa was a gold digger.
Noticing William's expression, what's wrong with having a beautiful girl as your fiancée? What? You're not satisfied? Don't worry. When you grow up, I'll make sure that you eat the cooked rices as soon as possible. They can't break off the engagement once a little William is inside her tummy.
Yeah, bastard. William wanted to slap his grandpa for even thinking of committing a crime. Although he was not reluctant to the idea of having a fiancée, arranged marriages didn't usually end well. Most of the time, it was just a tool for political gains to the nobles. James wandered around the estate, carrying William, while Ella walked alongside them, keeping a watchful eye on the baby. An hour later, James climbed a hill overlooking the town of Lant.
William, our family has lived here for generations. The life here is simple and crude, but it is very peaceful. Far away from the despicable games of the nobility, yet not important enough for the king's watchful eyes.
This was the first time William had seen his grandpa act so seriously. For a brief moment, he had forgotten that the old fool wanted him to tumble on the bed with his fiancée and give him a great-grandchild.
Our bloodline is very scant. Aside from me, my two sons Matthew and you, there are no more Ainsworth in this land. We are the last of a dying breed.
We don't have any living relatives? James looked at the distance with sadness and unwillingness in his eyes. Although William wanted to know why their bloodline had so few family members, he knew that now was not the right time. A few hours passed, and the family had a dinner celebration to commemorate James's safe return from his trip. Matthew, the eldest son of Mordred and Anna, sat beside James, while William lay beside Ella, drinking her milk. His eyes were locked on the family dinner in front of him. He had never experienced this when he was still on Earth, because he was an orphan. However, right now, I am wrapped in a sense of belonging. This is my family, and the soul inside the baby feels grateful for being given the opportunity to be born into this warm and caring family. Back then, if I had entered the silver portal, would I have been born into a family that is better than this? During his 1-year stay at the Ainsworth residence, William had found out that his real mother was in the elven continent of Silvermoon. He had no recollection of what his mother looked like. All he knew was that they were forced to separate due to his mother's circumstances. It's fine. I'll look for my mother when I grow older. There's no need to rush. William had already known that his father had died, but he didn't know the details because no one in the family discussed it. Like the issue with his mother, he decided to find out more when he reached a suitable age. After dinner, William was carried to the couple's bedroom, where Ella stayed with him as usual. Aya, Mama, do you want to return to the dungeon? Aya, are you not scared? Aya, you want to become stronger? The Angorian goat licked the baby's cheeks in reply. Aya, okay, but we will return immediately if things get dangerous. Okay? A few hours passed, and the couple finally fell into a deep sleep. William held the ring that was hanging on his necklace with both hands and activated it. In an instant, they found themselves in the familiar cavern, with Ella standing beside William on full alert. Aya. Ella's body glowed, and she grew half a meter taller. Her stats had been raised by 10. William's passive skills, Way of the Shepherd, and Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, boosted the stats with 3 additional stat points. The baby and goat pair snuck into the depths of the goblin crypt. William's heart beat wildly inside his chest. Although he was afraid, he was also looking forward to the possibility of becoming one of those protagonists he had read about in the novels back on Earth. 15 minutes after arriving in the dungeon, William and Ella found their first target, a lone goblin dancing over a bonfire. Aya, Mama, Ella, use steel armament. Ella took a fighting stance, and her horns and hooves glittered as she activated the steel armament skill. The skill would last for an hour, making her primary weapons as hard as steel. Aya, use rush attack. William watched as Ella's image blurred, and the next second, the goblin shrieked and flew a few meters away from the impact of her attack. Ella then stomped on the goblin's face repeatedly, and William could hardly bear to watch. Suddenly, a notification rang out. Notification: gained X points, 60 current X, 420, 4, 1,360, 6, job XP, 140, 200. Ella returned triumphantly by William's side, licking his cheeks to assure him that she was all right. Hey, good job, Mama. After taking care of 2 more goblins, Ella gained another level, and William decided to allocate the skill and stat points. I'll unlock the Horn Assault skill and place the extra skill point on it. As for the stat points, I'll invest them all in Ella's agility. I want her to be as nimble as possible for both attack and retreat. William's confidence grew with each extra stat and skill point. He had seen how Ella fought against the goblin, and he believed she could handle a 1-on-1 battle. William's job level had also increased, giving him 3 available stat points. I'll pool all of my stat points into the passive skill Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, boosting Ella's stats even further.